Hello everyone, welcome to an academy. Hope you are all doing good, and this is a course on MCQs from medieval Indian history, and this is presented to you by me, Sathvika. You can read about me over here. Please do rate, review and recommend the course, and please do comment your score in the comment section below. And let's start with the first question. Consider the following statements. Angkor Wat in Indonesia is the largest religious monument in the world. It was built during Kamboja Empire. Choose the correct statements, and these are the options given. And yes, Angkor Wat is the largest religious monument in the world, but it's not in Indonesia, but it's in Cambodia. And it was built during Kamboja Empire. Yes, that's true. So the answer is B, only 2. Consider the following statements. Cholas developed a powerful navy and conquered Sri Lanka and Maldives Islands. Rajendra Chola conquered Maldives Islands. Choose the correct statements. Only 1, only 2, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. Yes, Cholas had a very powerful navy and it has conquered its neighboring states like Sri Lanka and Maldives Islands. So the first statement is true. And it's not Rajendra Chola who has conquered Maldives Islands, but it is Rajaraja Chola has conquered the Maldives Islands, and Rajaraja Chola is the father of Rajendra Chola, and Rajendra Chola has conquered entire Sri Lanka. Though Rajaraja Chola has started conquering Sri Lanka, but he has succeeded only conquering half. But Rajendra Chola has completely conquered Sri Lanka, but Rajaraja Chola has conquered Maldives Islands. So the answer here is only 1, that is A. Indian government has released 1000 rupee coin to commemorate the 1000th anniversary of a temple, that is Jagannath Temple or Rajarajeshwari Temple or Kasi Vishwanath Temple, or none of the above. And it is B, Rajarajeshwari Temple, which is also known as Brihadishwara Temple, and it was built in Tanjore and built by Rajaraja Chola. Consider the following statements about Chola administration. Chola rulers carried out an elaborate survey of land to fix the government's share of revenue. Officials were paid by giving them revenue-bearing lands. Choose the correct statements, and these are the options given. And yes, Cholas have carried out an elaborate survey of land to fix their share of revenue. So the first statement is true, and officials were paid by land grants. So the answer is C, both 1 and 2. Which of the following were part of Dravida style of architecture? Garbhagriha, Vimana, Mandap, Gopurams, and choose the correct statements, and these are the options given. And the Dravida style was propounded during the Chola Empire, and all these are part of the Dravida style, that is Garbhagriha, Vimana, Mandap and Gopuram. So the answer is D, 1, 2, 3, 4. Tirumurais Varda. Songs or hymns praising Shiva, songs or hymns praising Vishnu, songs or hymns praising Krishna, none of the above, and Tirumurais were the songs or hymns praising Shiva. So the answer is A. Consider the following statements about early medieval period. There was a rise of many states and growth of localism. A ban is put on travel beyond the areas where munja grass is not grown. Choose the correct statements, and these are the options. And yes, there was a rise of many states and the growth of localism is seen. So the first statement is true, and a ban is put on the travel beyond India, and munja grass grown area is regarded as the part of India. So the answer is C, both 1 and 2. Consider the following statements. Smriti writers says that girls should not be married before 14 years. According to Smriti writers, remarriage is allowed when husband is dead. Choose the correct statements. Only 1, only 2, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. And here, Smriti writers have fixed the marriage age as much less than 14 years. Like before they become adult, they were asked to marry the girls. So the first statement is incorrect, and but remarriage is allowed. Yes, that's true. So the answer is B, only 2. The girls were given away by the parents between the ages of 6 and 8 because before attaining puberty they want to marry their girls. And if a husband is abandoned or even a guilty wife, she was to be given maintenance too by the husband. And the next one, The temple at Qutub complex was once a Buddhist temple and which was converted into a Vishnu temple. The temple of Puri was once a Buddhist temple. Choose the incorrect statements, and these are the options given. And the temple at Qutub complex is not a Buddhist temple, but it is a Jain temple previously and which was converted into a Vishnu temple later on. And the temple at Puri was once a Buddhist temple. Yes, this is true. So the answer is only 1, as they are asking incorrect statements. Nathpanthis were followers of Charvaka, Gorakhnath, Ramanuja, Vallabhacharya, and they are the followers of Gorakhnath, that is B. Dilwara temples in Rajasthan belong to Vishnu temples, Buddhist temples, Jaina temples, none of the above, and the Dilwara temples belongs to the Jaina temples. And the Chalukyan rulers of Gujarat have patronized Jainism, and during that time the Dilwara temples were built. Consider the following statements about Bhakti movement. It was led by Nayanas and Alvars. They looked religion as a living bond based on love between God and the worshipper, and they wrote only in Tamil. And choose the correct options. These are the options given. And yes, the Bhakti movement was led by Nayanas and Alvars, true. And they looked as a religion as a bond between the God and the worshipper. Even this is true. And apart from Tamil, they have also written in Telugu. So the answer here is A, only 1 and 2. Consider the following statements about Lingayat movement. They opposed the caste system and rejected fasts, feasts, pilgrimages and sacrifices. Its founder was Basava, who lived in the court of Kalachuri kings of Karnataka. Choose the correct statements, only 1, only 2, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. Yes, in Lingayat movement, they have opposed the caste system and rejected the fasts, feasts and pilgrimages, etc. And his founder was Basava, as he used to live in the court of Kalachuri kings of Karnataka. Both these statements are true, so the answer is C, both 1 and 2. And Lingayat movement is also called as Vishaya movement, and they are the worshippers of Shiva, and they opposed child marriages and allowed remarriage of widows. The 14th one, consider the following statements about Advaita Vada philosophy. Shankara upheld the Vedas as the fountainhead of true knowledge. Shankara rejected the path of bhakti. Choose the incorrect statements, and only 1, only 2, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. Here, yes, Shankara has upheld the Vedas as a fountainhead, that is true, and Shankara did not reject the path of bhakti. So the second statement is incorrect, so the answer is B, only 2. He did not reject the path of bhakti, but he wanted to say that Bhakta had to first clear his heart through knowledge, like reading Vedas, and from which study of scriptures was necessary. Ruler who insisted on ceremony of Sijada and Paibos is Iltutmish, Ghajini, Ala-ud-din-khilji, Balban. And it is D, Balban. And what does this mean? Means kissing the feet of the king, patronizing and kissing the monarch's feet. So that's all for today, guys. Hope you like the course. Please do rate, review and recommend the course. Thank you. Have a nice day. Hello everyone, welcome to an academy, and this is the course on MCQs from medieval India, and this is presented to you by me, Sathvika. You can read about me over here. Please do rate, review and recommend the course. And moving to the first question. Consider the following statements about Iltutmish. He was the first sultan to issue silver coins known as jitals, founded the association of nobles called Chahalgani. Choose the correct statements, and these are the options given. And yes, he was the first sultan to issue the silver coins known as jitals, and he also founded the association of nobles known as Chahalgani. So the answer is C, both 1 and 2. Consider the following statements about Iqta System. Land or land revenue assigned to the individuals on certain conditions, and all Iqta holders should look after the administration. Choose the correct statements. Only 1, only 2, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. And about Iqta System, land or land revenue is assigned to some individuals and they look after them, and that is true. And not all Iqta holders should look after the administration. This is wrong. And generally there are two types of Iqta holders. One is the large Iqta holder and the other one is a small Iqta holder, and the large Iqta holder will be looking after the administration, but small Iqta holder need not look after the administration. So the answer here is only one, as they are specifying all, that is incorrect. And if you see, Iqtas are two types, that is large Iqtas and they are the provincial governors, and small Iqtas will not look after the administration, and they appropriate the income held for the land, and they in return give some services to the central government like army, etc. Consider the following statements about Balban. For him, king is the shadow of God on earth. He effectively suppressed the dacoit gangs called Mewatis in and around Delhi. And for Balban, the king is regarded as a shadow of God on earth. Yes, that's true. And he has effectively suppressed the dacoit gangs near Delhi, and those dacoit gangs are called as Mewatis. So the answer is C, both 1 and 2. Consider the following statements about founder of Khilji dynasty. Ala-ud-din-khilji is the founder. Ala-ud-din's successor Jalaluddin was the most democratic of all Delhi sultans. Choose the correct statements, only 1, only 2, both 1 and 2, another 1 or 2. And the founder of Khilji dynasty is not Ala-ud-din-khilji, but it is Jalaluddin-khilji. So the first statement is incorrect, and Jalaluddin's successor is Alauddin. Here they are saying that Alauddin's successor is Jalaluddin. So even the second statement is incorrect. But Jalaluddin is the most democratic of all Delhi sultans. That's true. But here, as they are mentioning Alauddin's successor, that's the reason why the second statement is incorrect. So the answer is D, neither 1 nor 2. Which of the following about Ala-ud-din-khilji is true? He was the first sultan to commission a permanent standing army. Recruitment to the army is supervised by the Wajis. Choose the incorrect statements. Only 1, only 2, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. And yes, that is true that Alauddin has commissioned a permanent standing army. This is absolutely true. And recruitment to army is supervised by himself. He did not depend on Wajis for the supervision. He himself has supervised the recruitment. So the incorrect statement is B, only 2. And Ala-ud-din-khilji personally supervised the recruitment, and his army minister is known as Haris-e-Mamlik, and he recruited the soldiers to the army, and the recruitment is supervised by Ala-ud-din-khilji. And Alauddin has instituted the practice of recording the description about the army or the horses he possesses, and the description is known as Hulia, and the branding of houses is known as Dag. These two systems has effectively reduced the inflated figures and soldiers about the soldiers and the horses, and thereby reducing the income spent on the army. Which of the following taxes levied by Alauddin is correct? Jizya, tax on non-Muslims. Chari, pasture tax. Kharaj, land tax. Choose the correct statements. And yes, Jizya is a tax on non-Muslims, and Chari on the pasture tax, and Kharaj is a land tax. So all the three statements are correct, and these are levied by Ala-ud-din-khilji. So the answer is D, only 1, 2 and 3. And there is a house tax called as Kari too, which is levied by Ala-ud-din-khilji. And these are the 4 taxes levied. And the moving to the next one. Consider the following statements regarding Delhi sultans. There was sound currency system based on silver tanka and copper dirham. India's foreign trade was truly an international enterprise. Choose the correct statements. Only 1, only 2, both 1 and 2, another 1 or 2. And yes, there was a sound currency system with silver tanka and copper dirham. That's true. And India's foreign trade was truly an international enterprise during that times. So both the statements are true. So the answer is C, both 1 and 2. Which of the following are the religious policy or policies of Ala-ud-din-khilji? He made the state secular by separating the religion from politics. He never allowed ulemas to interfere in the administration. Choose the correct statements. And these are the options given. Yes, his state was very much secular, and he has separated the religion from politics. That's true. And he never allowed ulemas to interfere in the administration. So the answer is C, both 1 and 2. Who introduced the postal system for the first time by employing horse courier? Ghiyasuddin Tuglaq, Mohammad-bin-tuglaq, Firoz Shah Tuglaq, Muhammad Shah Tuglaq, and the one who has introduced the postal system is the Ghiyasuddin Tuglaq. And he was the founder of Tughlaq dynasty, and he constructed the city Tughlaqabad. Which of the following were not the actions done by Muhammad bin Tuglaq? Shifting the capital to Daulatabad, issuing of token currency, first to pay cash to the soldiers. Choose the correct statements, and the options are these. And yes, he has shifted the capital to Daulatabad, and he has issued the token currency, yes. And he is not the first to pay cash to the soldiers, so the third statement is wrong. And the first one to pay cash to the soldiers is Ala-ud-din-khilji, so the answer is A, only 1 and 2. Choose the correct statements about Muhammad bin Tuglaq. He was the first sultan to conduct census in the city of Delhi, banned the custom of sati, first sultan to celebrate the festival Diwali. Choose the correct statements, and these are the options given. And yes, he was the first sultan to conduct census of city Delhi, and he banned the custom of sati, and he was also the first sultan to celebrate the festival Diwali. So the answer is D, only 1, 2 and 3. Choose the correct statements. Firoz Shah planned a new city, Jaunpur, in memory of Muhammad bin Tuglaq. He started seeking advice of the ulemas and ruled as per the Shariat. Choose the correct statements. Only 1, only 2, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. And yes, Firoz Shah planned the city Jaunpur in memory of Muhammad bin Tuglaq. That's true. And he started seeking advice of ulemas, and we have seen that Ala-ud-din-khilji has clearly separated the religion and the politics, but here the Firoz Shah Tuglaq has took the advice of ulemas, and he has ruled as per the Sharia, thereby mixing both the religion and politics. So the answer is C, both 1 and 2. Consider the following statements about Amir Khusro. He founded Hindustani classical music and Qawwali. He is credited to have invented tabla, sitar and modified veena. Choose the correct statements. Only 1, only 2, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. And yes, he was the founder of Hindustani classical music and the type Qawwali, and he also invented tabla, sitar and modified veena. So the answer is C, both 1 and 2. Diwan-e-Aras, a military department in Delhi Sultanate, was founded by Balban, Ala-ud-din-khilji, Firoz Shah Tuglaq, Ibrahim Lodi, and it was founded by Balban. Dark system practiced by Ala-ud-din-khilji is about crop estimation, irrigation system, salary to the merchant, branding of horses. We have seen in the previous question that dark system is about branding of horses. So the answer is D. That's all for today, guys. Hope you like the course. Please do rate, review and recommend the course, and thank you. Have a nice day. Hello everyone, welcome to an academy. Hope you are all doing good, and this is the course on MCQs from medieval Indian history, and this is presented to you by me, Sathvika. You can read about me over here. Please do rate, review and recommend the course, and please do comment your score in the comment section below. Moving to the first question. Consider the following statements about Ghiyasuddin Tuglaq. He has formulated a famine policy and constructed canals. He had a troublesome relation with Sufis and Nizamuddin Awliya. And choose the correct statements. And yes, Ghiyasuddin Tuglaq has formulated a famine policy to deal with the famines, and he has also constructed the canals to provide irrigation facilities. And he had a troublesome relation with Sufi saint called Nizamuddin Awliya. Even this is true. So the answer here is C, both 1 and 2. Choose the correct taxes imposed by Firoz Shah Tuglaq. Khams is 1/5 of the body captured in war, and Zakat is a tax on property by Muslims only, and Karaz is the land tax by Hindus only. Choose the correct statements, and these are the options given. And Khams, yes, it is the 1/5 of the booty captured in the war, and Zakat, it is not the tax on property, but it is a tax on religion and collected from Muslims only. And Karaj is a land tax, and it is collected from Hindus only. Yes, that is true. So the answer here is the C, 1 and 3. And Karaj is 1/10 of the produce. Darul Shafa, built by Firoz Shah Tuglaq, is religious hall, irrigation canals, public hospital, marriage hall for poor women. And Darul Shafa is the public hospital. Consider the following statements regarding administration of Firoz Shah. He made Iqta System hereditary. He patronized slaves known as Bandagam. Choose the correct statements. Only one, only two, both one and two, neither one nor two. Yes, he has made the Iqta System hereditary, and he has also patronized the slaves known as Bandagam. And in fact, these Bandagam were one of the reasons for the decline of the Tuglaq dynasty. So the answer here is C, both 1 and 2. Choose the correct statements. Diwani Aras is a military department. Diwani Rasalat, religious and foreign affairs. Diwani Khairat, providing employment and free of cost marriages for youth. Choose the correct options. And then these are the options given. And Diwani Aras is the other name of military department, and Diwani Rasalat used to deal with the religious and foreign affairs, and Diwani Khairat used to provide employment and free of cost marriages for youth. Yes, all these three are correct. So the answer is D, only 1, 2 and 3. And the Diwani Aras was introduced by Balban, and Diwani Khairat was introduced by Firoz Shah Tuglaq, and Diwani Rasalat decides the question of declaring jihad. City Agra was found by Firoz Shah, Sikander Lodi, Ibrahim Lodi, Ghiyasuddin Tuglaq, and it was found by B. Sikander Lodi, and he also made it as his capital. Consider the following statements about Sikander Lodi. He introduced the system of auditing of accounts, wrote verses in Turkish under the pen name of Gulruki. Choose the correct statements. Only one, only two, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. Yes, he has introduced the system of auditing of accounts, that is true, and he wrote verses with the pen name of Gulruki, that's true, but he did not use the language of Turkey, but he has used Persian language to write these verses, and his pen name is Gulruki. So the answer here is A, only 1. Ghazi Sikandari, introduced by Sikander Lodi, is yardstick for measuring land, separate religion, military department, none of the above. And Ghazi Sikandari is yardstick for measuring land, and it was of 32 digits, and it used to measure the cultivated fields. Ruler who defeated by Babur in first battle of Panipat: Sikander Lodi, Bahlal Lodi, Ibrahim Lodi, and Khizra Khan. And the ruler who was defeated by Babur is Bahlal Lodi, and with this the Lodi dynasty has ended, and in fact the Delhi Sultanate has ended. The order of dynasties which ruled Vijayanagara Empire: Tuluva dynasty, Salwa dynasty, Sangama dynasty, Araviti dynasty. Choose the correct choice. 1 2 3 4 2 1 3 4 3 2 1 4 4 1 2 3. Okay, and here the first dynasty under the Vijayanagara Empire is the Sangama dynasty, and then it is Salwa, and then it is Tuluva, and then it is Araviti. So the answer here is 3 2 1 4. Yes, that is C. C, 3 2 1 4. That is Sangama, Salwa, Tuluva, and Araviti. New musical instruments like Rabab and Sarangi were introduced during Tuglaq dynasty, Lodi dynasty, Khilji dynasty, Sayyid dynasty, and these were introduced by Lodi dynasty. Consider the following statements. First Muslim ruler of Kashmir was Shamsuddin Shah. Jainul Abidin introduced the art of shawl making. Shamsuddin built Jaina Lanka, artificial island in Ular Lake. Choose the correct statements. Only 1, 2, only 1 2 3, only 2 3. And the first Muslim ruler of Kashmir was Shamsuddin Shah. Yes, that is true. And Jainul Abidin has introduced the art of shawl making. Even this is true. But Shamsuddin is not the one who has built Jaina Lanka. And as a Jaina Lanka name specifies, it is Jainul Abidin who has built Jaina Lanka, which is an artificial island in Ular Lake. So the answer here is only 1 and 2, that is B. He was also called as Jainul Abidin, is also called as Akbar of Kashmir by the Kashmiris. Consider the following statements. Shishti, Suhrawardi, Silsila were the three chief Sufi orders in India. The link between Pir and Murid was a vital part of Sufi system. Choose the correct options. Only 1, only 2, both 1 and 2, none of the above. And yes, Chishti, Suhravardhi and Silsila were the three chief Sufi orders. This is true. And the link between Pir and Murid was a vital part. So the answer is C, both 1 and 2. And the Pir is known as a teacher and Murid as a disciple. And every Pir nominated a successor. And the successor is also known as Wali to carry out the work. And Kanka was a place where the Sufi mystics lived. Bakhtiyar Kaki was associated with Chishti order, Qadri order, Shatari order, Suhrawardi order, and he was associated with a Chishti order. And he was a disciple of Khwaja Muinuddin Chishti. Choose the correct statements about Sikander Lodi. He set up an efficient espionage system. He repaired Qutub Minar. Only 1, only 2, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. And yes, he has set up an efficient espionage system and he has repaired Qutub Minar. So the answer is C, both 1 and 2. That's all for today, guys. Have a nice day. Hello everyone, welcome to an academy, and this is the course on MCQs from medieval India, and this is presented to you by me, Sathvika. You can read about me over here. Please do rate, review and recommend the course, and please do comment your score in the comment section below. And the first question, the first great Bhakti saint of North India, Madhvacharya, Ramananda, Kabir, Ravidas, and it is B. Ramananda. And he was a worshipper of Ram, and he emphasized on Bhakti, avoiding the Jnana Marg and Karma Marg, and his followers are Kabir, Ravidas, Namdeva, Sena, Sadhana, etc. And moving to the next one, match the following: Namdev, Sena, Ravidas, Kabir, tailor, weaver, barber, cobbler. And these are the famous Bhakti saints of North India, and these are their occupations. And Namdev is a tailor, and Sena is a barber, and Ravidas is a cobbler, and Kabir is a weaver. So the answer is A1, that is A1, B3, C4 and D2. Consider the following statements about Baba Guru Nanak. He laid emphasis on unity of God. His concept of God was Nirguna and Nirakar. He didn't believe in Vedas and Quran. Yes, Baba Guru Nanak had laid emphasis on unity of God, and his concept was Nirguna and Nirakar, and he did not believe in Vedas and Quran. So the answer here is D1, 2 and 3. And for him, purity of character is utmost important than the bhakti or something else, and purity is the first condition for approaching the God. Ramcharitmanas was written by Surdas, Tulsidas, Kabir, Mirabai, and it was written by B. Tulsidas. And his some other writings are Gitavali, Vinay Patrika, and he also used Arabian and Persian words. Consider the following statements. The king took the title Gajabhetakara. He wrote Mahanataka, Sudhanidhi. He conducted literary assemblies called Mutyala Sala. The ruler who is being described belongs to which dynasty? Sangama dynasty, Salwa dynasty, Tuluva dynasty, Aravido dynasty. And the king who took the title Gajabhetakara was Devaraya II, and he belongs to Sangama dynasty. So answer is A. Yes, it is Devaraya II, and some other important things about him is he employed Muslims to train the Vijayanagara cavalry, and he constructed a mosque at Hampi, and the poet Srinada, the famous poet, was in his court. Consider the following statements about Krishnadeva Raya. He belongs to Salwa dynasty. That he took the title Yavana Rajya Sthapanacharya. Choose the correct statements. Only 1, only 2, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. And Krishnadeva Raya belongs to Tuluva dynasty and not Salwa dynasty. So the first statement is incorrect. And he took the title Yavana Rajya Sthapanacharya. Yes, this is true. So the answer is B, only 2. Consider the following statement about Krishnadeva Raya's literary interest. He wrote Amukta Malyada in Sanskrit. He conducted literary assemblies called Bhavana Vijayam. Choose the correct statements. Only 1, only 2, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. Krishnadeva Raya has written Amukta Malyada but not in Sanskrit but in Telugu. So the first statement is incorrect. And yes, he has conducted a literary assembly called Bhuvana Vijayam. So the answer here is B, only 2. Consider the following statements about Nayaka system in Vijayanagara Empire. Nayakas were appointed hereditarily. They were given lands called amarams. They discharged civil, military and administrative functions. And yes, they were given lands called amarams. This is true. And they discharged the civil, military and administrative functions. Even this is true. But they were not appointed hereditarily, but they were appointed based on the merit. So the first statement is incorrect. So the answer here is B, only 2 and 3. Consider the following statements about Ayagar system. Administrative system at the village level. They have hereditary right. They could sell or mortgage offices. And yes, all these 3 statements were true about Ayagar system. So the answer here is D, only 1, 2 and 3. And something about Ayagar system is that every village was a separate unit and its affairs were conducted by a body of 12 members. And they were granted tax-free lands called manyams. Consider the following statements about the social conditions during Krishnadeva Raya. Nunes has given a graphic account of sati. Prostitution came to be acceptable as a respectable profession. Choose the correct options, only 1, only 2, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. Yes, Nunes records give us the account of sati. So the answer, first statement is true. And even prostitution came to be acceptable during that time. So the answer here is C, both 1 and 2. And even tax was collected from prostitutes. Ganachari Sunkam, a tax collected in Vijayanagara Empire. It is paid by prostitutes, beggars, merchants, agriculturists. And it was paid by B, beggars. Vijayanagara School of Architecture has a mixed style. It is a combination of Dravidian, Kakatiya, Hoysala, and choose the correct options. These are the options given. And it is a combination of Dravidian, Kakatiya and Hoysala. So all the 3 are correct. So the answer here is D, 1, 2 and 3. Consider the following statements about Perini Natyam. It is originated and prospered in Andhra Pradesh, performed by emotionally charged Veerasaivas. Choose the correct statements, only 1, only 2, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. And it is not prospered in Andhra Pradesh, but it is prospered in Telangana. So the first statement is incorrect. And it was performed by emotionally charged Veerasaivas. Yes, this is true. So the answer here is B, only 2. Famous Ashtadiggajas belong to the court of Saluva Narasimha, Krishnadeva Raya, Devaraya II, Bukkaraya. And Ashtadiggajas were part of the court of Krishnadeva Raya. Which of the following pairs is correctly matched? Diwani Bandagani, Tuglaq, Diwani Mushtakaras, Balban, Diwani Kohi, Ala-ud-din-khilji, Diwani Aras, Mohammad-bin-tuglaq. And we know that Diwani Aras is of Balban, so the option D can be eliminated. And Diwani Mushtakaras is of Ala-ud-din-khilji, even this can be eliminated. And Diwani Bandagan is of Tuglaq. This is true, as Firoz Shah Tuglaq has brought those Bandagans as slaves. So the first option is true. And Diwani Kohi is by Mohammad-bin-tuglaq, and Diwani Mushtakaras is by Ala-ud-din-khilji, and Diwani Aras is established by Balban. So that's all for today. Have a nice day. Hello everyone, welcome to Unacademy. I hope you are all doing good. This is a course on MCQs from Medieval India, and this is presented to you by me, Sathvika. You can read about me over here. Please do rate, review and recommend the course, and please do comment your score in the comment section below. Moving to the first question. Babar Nama was written by Babar, Abdur Rahim Khan, Bairam Khan, none of the above. And it was written by Babar. That is A. and he has written an autobiography, and it was written in Turkish, and it was translated into Persian by Abdur Rahim Khan. Consider the following statements about Sher Shah. He restored the old imperial road called Grand Trunk Road, built a new city on the banks of Indus, introduced silver rupiah and copper dam, and established abolished all old metal currency. Choose the correct statements. Only 1, 2, only 2, 3, only 1, 3, only 1, 2, 3. And yes, he has restored the old imperial road called Grand Trunk Road. This is true. And he has built a new city not on the banks of river Indus, but on the banks of river Yamuna. So the second statement is incorrect. And he has introduced silver and copper coins and abolished all the other old metal currency. So the answer here is C, only 1 and 3. And in the present day, the city built by him is known as Purana Kila. Which of the following are the important aspects of Akbar's rule? Abolished jizya and tax on pilgrims, use of beef was forbidden, built Ibadat Khana. Choose the correct statements, and these are the options given. And yes, he has abolished jizya and tax on pilgrims, and he has also forbidden the use of beef, and he has built the Ibadat Khana for religious discussion. So the answer here is D, only 1, 2 and 3. And Ibadat Khana was built at Fatehpur Sikri. Which of the following are the most important features of Japt system? Measurement of land, classification of land, fixation of rates. Choose the correct statements, and these are the options given. And Japt is a land revenue system, and in that the measurement, classification of land and fixation of rates are all the important features. So the answer here is D, only 1, 2 and 3. And it was during the Akbar reign. In Mansabdari system, Jat is a status and standing in administrative hierarchy, and Sawar is the topmost position. Choose the incorrect statements. Only 1, only 2, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. And here Sawar is not the topmost position, so the answer here is B, only 2. And yes, Jat is the status and standing in the administrative hierarchy, and Sawar is a number of troops one holds. And Sawar is a fixed number of troops held by the Mansabdar. And consider the following statements. Akbar introduced universal religion, Deen-e-Ilahi, an attempt to bring essence of all religions. Most of the people attracted to this new religion, he angered the bell of justice on the banks of Yamuna. Yes, Akbar has introduced a new religion called Deen-e-Ilahi, and it was an attempt to bring the essence of all the religions into one religion, that is Deen-e-Ilahi. And not many people got attracted to this new religion, so the second statement is incorrect. And the bell of justice was hung by Jahangir and not Akbar. So both the statements 2 and 3 are incorrect, and so our answer is A, only 1. Consider the following statements about Jahangir. English factory at Surat was established during his reign. Tobacco growing started during his reign. Choose the correct statements. Only 1, only 2, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. And yes, during Jahangir, English factory was Surat was established, and the tobacco growing was started, and tobacco was brought to India by Portuguese. So the answer here is C, both 1 and 2. Consider the following statements about Shah Jahan. Expelled Portuguese from Hooghly. Taj Mahal, a wonder, was designed by a single person with suggestions from Shah Jahan. Choose the correct statements. Only 1, only 2, only 1, 2, neither 1 nor 2. And yes, Shah Jahan has expelled Portuguese from Hooghly. This is true. And the Taj Mahal, a wonder, was designed not by a single person, but many architects were there. So the second statement is absolutely incorrect, and so the answer is here is only 1. Consider the following statements about Aurangzeb. He abolished all transitory duties, abolished celebration of all Hindu festivals, removed court historians and astrologers. Choose the correct statements. Only 1, 2, only 2, 3, only 1, 3, only 1, 2, 3. Yes, Aurangzeb has has abolished the transitory duties, and the celebration of all Hindu festivals were cancelled and removed the coast historians and astrologers. So the answer here is D, only 1, 2 and 3. Who of the following revolted against Aurangzeb? Jats, Bundelas, Sikhs, Rajputs. And choose the correct statements, and these are the options given. And almost all of them have revolted against Aurangzeb due to various reasons. So the answer here is D, only 1, 2, 3 and 4. And the reasons being, Bundelas have revolted against the revenue policy of Aurangzeb, and Jats against the Keshavaraj temple destruction, and Sikhs for reviving jizya. And there were differences between Tej Bahadur and Aurangzeb too. And Rajputs, the king died without a successor, but Mughals have captured it, so the Rajputs have also revolted against Aurangzeb. Consider the following statements. During Mughal rule, there were separate courts for non-Muslims. Mughals introduced civil code. Choose the correct statements. Only 1, only 2, only 1, 2, neither 1 nor 2. Yes, during Mughal rule, there were separate courts for non-Muslims, and Mughals have also introduced the civil code. So the answer here is C, only 1 and 2. And the 12th one, consider the following lands in Delhi Sultanate. Khalisa land is a land assigned to officials for payment of their salaries. Inam lands is a land assigned to religious leaders. And choose the correct statements. Only 1, only 2, only 1, 2, neither 1 nor 2. Yes, Inam lands are the lands assigned to religious leaders. As we know that religious leaders are known as Inams. So Inam's lands are assigned to religious leaders. This is correct. And Khalisa lands are not assigned for officials for payment of salaries. Rather, they were attached to the royal courts. So the answer here is B, only 2. And the revenue collected from the Khalisa land is spent for the maintenance of royal court. The 13th one, the great Mughals wrote their own, two great Mughals wrote their own memoirs. They are Babar and Jahangir, Akbar and Babar, Jahangir and Shah Jahan, Babar and Humayun. And the two great Mughals who have wrote their autobiographies is Babar and Jahangir. The 14th one, Sher Shah's mausoleum at Sahasram is entirely made of marble, decorated with petrodora, surrounded by tank, none of the above. And it is surrounded by tank. This is the most prominent feature about the mausoleum of Sher Shah. And the last one, Vijayanagara Empire was located on the banks of river Krishna, Godavari, Kaveri, Tungabhadra. And it was on the banks of river Tungabhadra. As we know that the capital of Vijayanagara Empire is Hampi, and it is in the banks of river Tungabhadra. So the answer here is D. And that's all for today, guys. Hope you like the course. Please do rate, review and recommend the course. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome to an academy, and this is the course on MCQs from medieval India, and this is presented to you by me, Sathvika. You can read about me over here. Please do rate, review and recommend the course, and please do comment your score in the comment section below. I'm moving to the first question. In the context of the history of India, consider the following statements. Eripati, a land, revenue from which was set apart for the maintenance of the village tank, and Tanures are villages donated to a single Brahman or a group of Brahmins. Or Gatikas is the colleges generally attached to the temples. Choose the correct pairs. 1, 2, 3, 2 and 3, 1 and 3. And yes, Eripati is the revenue from which was set apart for the maintenance of village tank. This is true. And Gatikas are the colleges generally attached to the temples. Even this is true. But Tanures was incorrect. They are not the villages donated to the single Brahmin or a group of Brahmins. Usually those donated to the Brahmins or a group of Brahmins is known as Agraharas. So the second statement is incorrect. So the answer here is D, 1 and 3. And Tanure is a district revenue units under Cholas. With reference to the economic history of medieval India, the term Aragatta refers to bonded labor, land grants made to military officers, waterwheel used in irrigation of land, waste land and converted to cultivated land. And here Aragata means the water well used in irrigation of land. So the answer is C. Regarding the taxation system of Krishnadeva Raya, the ruler of Vijayanagara, consider the following statements. The tax rate on land was fixed depending on the quality of the land. Private owners of workshops paid an industry's tax. Which of the following statements are correct? One only, two only, both one and two, neither one nor two. Yes, the tax rate was fixed depending on the quality of the land, and the private owners have paid the industry's tax. So the answer here is C, both 1 and 2. Which one of the following books of ancient India has the love story of the son of the founder of Sunga dynasty? Swapnavasavadatta, Malvika Agnimitra, Meghaduta and Ratnavali. And the love story of a son of a founder is in Malvika Agnimitra, written by Kalidasa. And we have seen in the previous lesson that it is about the love story of Malvika with Agnimitra, the Shunga ruler at Vidisha, and it is a Sanskrit play written by Kalidasa. Coming to the next one, with reference to the cultural history of medieval India, consider the following statements. Siddhas of Tamil region were monotheistic and condemned idolatry. Lingayats of Kannada region questioned the theory of rebirth and rejected the caste hierarchy. Which of the following statements are correct? One only, two only, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. And yes, Siddhas of Tamil region were monotheist, and Lingayats have opposed the theory of rebirth and rejected the caste hierarchy. So both the statements are true. So the answer is C, both 1 and 2. And Lingayats believed that after the death, the soul will be transformed or united with Shiva. And the Siddhas believed in the oneness of the transcendental being in the world, so they were called as monotheists. And the Lingas believed that there is no rebirth and the death of the deity reunites with Shiva and never coming back to the world. And the sixth one, with reference to the Indian history, which of the following are the essential elementary elements of feudal system? A very strong centralized political authority and a very weak provincial or local political authority. Emergence of administrative structure based on control and possession of land. Creation of lord-vassal relationship between the feudal lord and his overlord. Select the correct answer using the code given below. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 only, 1, 2, 3. And if you see, in the feudal system, there is no strong centralized political system, but rather there is a weak centralized political system. So the first statement is incorrect. And yes, the administrative structure was based on the control and possession of land. That is true. And the creation of lord-vassal relationship between the feudal lord and his overlord. So the answer here is B, 2 and 3. The next one, in the medieval India, the designations Mahattara and Pattakila were used for military officers, village headman, specialist in Vedic rituals, chiefs of craft guilds. And the Mahattara and Pattakila were the names of village headman. With reference to the cultural history of India, the term Panchayatan refers to assembly of village elders, a religious sect, a style of temple construction, and administrative functionary. And Panchayatan is a style of temple construction where a central temple is surrounded by 4 different temples or sub-shrines, as we say, and that is the style of temple construction. And the main shrine is surrounded by 4 subsidiary shrines, and the best example is the Kandre Mahadev temple and the Khajuraho. Which one of the following pairs does not form part of the Sikh system of Indian philosophy? Mimamsa and Vedanta, Nyaya and Vaisheshika, Lokayata and Kapila, Sankhya and Yoga. We have already seen about these philosophies in the art and culture course, and here the answer here is Lokayata and Kapila, as the 6 philosophies are Here, Sankhya, Yoga, Nyaya, Vaiseshika, Mimamsa and Vedanta. And the 10th one, Ashtapradhan was a council of ministers in Gupta administration, Chola administration, Vijayanagara administration, Maratha administration, and they were the part of Maratha administration. And they were constituted by Shivaji. Medieval Indian writer who refers to the discovery of America is Malik Muhammad Jaisi, Amir Khusro, Raskan, Abul Fazl, and it is Abul Fazl, that is D. And he called America as Alumna. The 12th one, Prema Vatika, poems on the life of Krishna, was composed by Bihari, Surdas, Raskan, Kabir. And the Prema Vatika are the poems composed by Raskan. Nastaliq was Persian script used in medieval period, a raga composed by Tansen, SS levied by Mughal rulers, manual code of conduct by ulemas. And Nastaliq is a Persian script used in medieval period, so answer is A. Modi script was employed in the documents of Wadiyars, Jamorins, Hoysalas, Marathas, and the Modi script was employed in Marathas documents. And those documents were to keep the revenue and administrative records, and for that Modi script was used. And the last one, Fawazil in Sultanate period means extra payment paid to nobles, revenue assigned in lieu of salary, excess amount paid to exchequer by the Iqtadas, illegal extractions extracted from the peasants. And Fawazil means the excess amount paid to exchequer by the Iqtadars. So the answer here is C. And that's all for today, guys. Hope you like the course. Please do rate, review and recommend the course. And thank you. Have a nice day. Hello everyone, welcome to Unacademy, and this is a course on MCQs from medieval India history, and this is presented to you by me, Sathvika. You can read about me over here. Please do rate, review, recommend the course, and please do comment your score in the comment section below. Moving to the first question. Which festival inaugurated on the occasion of Republic Day celebration on 26 January 2007 at Red Fort in New Delhi? Prakash Parv, Muhurt Parv, Bharat Parv, Soma Parv, and it is C. Bharat Parv. Kitab-e-Nauraz is or are autobiography of Babar, collection of Sufi songs, collection of songs of Hindu deities and Muslim saints, none of the above. And it means the collection of songs of Hindu deities and Muslim saints, and it was written by Adil Shah II. Sultan of Delhi, who has biggest network of canals, is Iltutmish, Ghiyasuddin Tuglaq, Firoz Shah Tuglaq, Sikander Lodi, and it is Firoz Shah Tuglaq who has introduced a wide network of canals. So the answer is Firoz Shah Tuglaq. The fourth one, Bhagoria festival of tribal people was celebrated in Assam, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal, and it is a festival of Madhya Pradesh tribes. Consider the following statements about Sikh Gurus. Banda Bahadur was appointed as a military leader of the Sikhs by Guru Tej Bahadur, and Guru Angad gave Sikhs their own script, Gurumukhi. Choose the correct statements, and these are the options given. Yes, Banda Bahadur was appointed as a military leader by Guru Tej Bahadur. So the first statement is correct, and Guru Angad was the one who has given Sikhs their own script, that is Gurumukhi. So the answer is C, both 1 and 2. Bhakta Tukaram was a contemporary of which Mughal emperor? Babar, Akbar, Jahangir, Aurangzeb, and he was a contemporary of Jahangir. And Bhakta Tukaram is a great devotee of Vithoba at Pandharpur, and he is responsible for creating a background for Maratha nationalism. Seventh one, consider the following statements about Indian trade and commerce in the medieval period. India exported cotton piece goods to the wider world in the medieval period. India received gold and silver from the wider world in lieu of her cotton goods. India also supplied raw materials to the European industries in the medieval period. Choose the correct statements. Only 1, 2, only 2, 3, only 1, 3, none of the above. And yes, India has exported cotton goods to the world in the medieval period. This is true, and it has received gold and silver in lieu of her cotton goods. Even this is true, and it didn't supply raw materials to the European industries during medieval period. Rather, in the modern period, they have supplied. So the third statement is incorrect here. So the answer is only 1 and 2, that is A. In medieval India, Mansabdari system was introduced mainly for making recruitment to army, effective and clean administration, facilitating revenue collection, ensuring religious harmony. And the Mansabdari system, as we all know, that Mansabs were given some land grants for effective and clean administration. That is B. Consider the following statements. The Cholas defeated Pandya and Chera rulers and established their domination over peninsular India in early medieval times. The Cholas sent an expedition against Sailendra Empire of Southeast Asia and conquered some of the areas. Choose the correct statements, and these are the options given. And yes, Cholas have defeated Pandyas and Cheras in the south, and they have dominated the peninsular India in early medieval times. This is true. And Chola sent an expedition to Sailendra Empire and conquered Southeast Asia. Even this is true. So the answer is C, both 1 and 2. The Sur Sagar is medieval treatise on music composed by Tansen, poetic work of Surdas, memories of Bahadur Shah, none of the above. And Sur Sagar means the poetic works of Surdas. The term Apabhramsha was used in medieval Sanskrit texts to denote our caste among the Rajputs, deviations from Vedic rituals, early forms of some of the modern Indian languages, non-Sanskrit verse meters. And Apabhramsha means the early forms of some of the modern Indian languages. And the next one, consider the following statements regarding Indian feudalism in the early medieval period. The revenue assignments were called bhoga. The hereditary chiefs neither collected revenues nor assumed administrative powers. Choose the following statements, and these are the options given. And the revenue assignments in the feudal system are called bhoga, yes. And the hereditary chiefs, this is absolutely wrong because they used to collect the revenue and assume some of the administrative powers. So the answer is only 1. This is A. Which one of the following monuments is known previously as All India War Memorial? India Gate, Gateway of India, Charminar, Lal Killa. And the monument known as All India War Memorial is India Gate. So the answer is A. Kumbum Monastery is situated in India, Thailand, China, Japan. And it is situated in China, that is C. The administration of East India Company in India came to an end in 1857, 1858, 1833, 1947. And it came to an end in the year 1858 with the Government of India Act, that is 1858. After the revolt of 1857, we have the Government of India Act 1858, which has ended the administration of East India Company. So the answer is 1858. And that's all for today, guys. Hope you like the course. Please do rate, review and recommend the course. Thank you. Have a nice day.